This is already pretty amazing. Oh, God. Okay. You love it, it's so weeby. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Tempting. We're gonna smack that clock up and at him. Just to shut it up. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. Alright, well, you'll need to take this seriously or you allow yourself to daydream a bit thinking about the future. Let's think about the future. It's here finally, your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Quit and reopen the game so we can see that again. Mmm, delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. Yikes, you're in such a hurry, in fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. I think we've already failed. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Pock. Do you always stand in that awkward position? If so, you should probably see a back doctor. Good morning, Pock. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Gotta min-max this game, right? Yes, this is funded by KFC, yes. Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you are the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day-only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Famous 3-day-only semesters. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she tipped her tooth practicing on a mannequin. Uh-oh. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's give her a pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and I had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. That's the spirit, Miriam. Can you believe I cut them myself? Yes, I can. You can definitely believe it. Oh, what is this? I love it. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom-engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Oh, what a great insult. You leave Pock's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. Thank you, Miriam. Ugh. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. Hey, Beef. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. What a weird thing to say. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Ahem, Van. She has drumsticks on her stockings, yes. You rang? Oh my god. You see you tuned in just in time for anime titties? Keep it in your pants, ladies. And gentlemen, you've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Push. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Joseph? Oopsie. Did you just poop your pants? I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. Why is there a ghost coming out of your mouth? That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? I'm not keeping that voice up. He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Pock, so... Are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? Miriam, do I need to report you to the authorities, or... I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of class. Adorable. Are we being taught by a pooch? Oh my. You're already calling 911? No, Zeppo, it does not make sense. Sprinkles! Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fills the air inside the classroom. This is Weeaboo Japan, where everyone speaks English and has American names? Yeah. The dog is literally on a pedestal? Yeah. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Oh my. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. Miriam, it's him. It's... If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this is over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Why is Colonel pronounced so weirdly? Because that's how you pronounce Colonel. How else do you pronounce it? He looks a little old to be at this school. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We are in the same kindergarten class. And what is with your really weird insults? Besides, when PUC sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Thanks, Miriam. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you smiling gently, his hand outstretched. It doesn't make the Colonel is about Col O'Neill. I've never heard anyone say Col O'Neill, but pronounced Colonel. His hand outstretched. Boy howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Oh my, it's too much. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. No one says Colonel. The point is that's how it's spelled. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Alright, do we take the handkerchief or do we refuse the handkerchief? I'm taking this handkerchief. Anyone who doesn't speak English natively is going to fuck that up. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those words, right? You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful, you hesitate to press it to your face. But when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has its natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Wait, you naturally smell of chicken? That's weird. That's weird. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Okay. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? That is not an amused doggo. Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school, with you as my teacher. There was a firefight. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Also, look at my butthole. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Clank. Oh, this is incredible. The class bursts into laughter. Rude. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Do we give him beef? Do we give him a rubber ball? Or do we give him the chicken snack? Is it beef or chicken, I guess is the question. Is this why you named yourself like that, beef or chicken, just for this game? I understand. Always chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favourite! What? Chicken was the answer? No way. Well, 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 I think there might be some competition for new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm, doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavours on them at all times. Crispy. Feed your dogs. You just bribed your teacher? That's an expulsion? Only if we're caught, baby. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favourite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Pock, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested. Oh no, do we sit by our friend or do we sit by the Colonel? God damn it. I didn't think I'd have to make these difficult decisions. Oh, you do, damn it. We're going to sit by the Colonel, right? You had your chance, Miriam, in the quicksand pit, maybe. I'm going to feel bad if I sit by the Colonel, though. Which is terrible. Friends over corporate mascots? I don't know. Look at him. He's got a goatee. Alright, we'll sit by the best friend. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He is such a magnetic personality. And there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. Uh-oh. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. I would. Zeppo wouldn't. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. So you say, but now that Miriam mentioned it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. Bad end incoming? Yep. We're gonna work at McDonald's. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. Oh god, I hate it. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is travelling to point B and train B is travelling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. You'll never get to touch his Kentucky friend dick at this rate. Oh dear. Forest is to tree as chicken is to a slam dunk. A feather night vision goggles or a slam dunk. I have no idea who that is on the wall. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? I mean, I know it's a spork. But I really want to say a comically oversized fork. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? I bet some kind of chicken, right? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat, a pancake that looks like a silly face. I'm going to go with the not too much salt answer. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Fuck you, Sprinkles. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. That's right. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Aced it. Why wasn't real school like this? Also, I got so excited I knocked my microphone over. And I apologize. Okay, now what? Alright. Wow, be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Ah, yeah. Hot diggity, POC. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. You need to eat at better restaurants. It makes sense that the school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said, shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Also, am I breaking Twitch's term of service by streaming a KFC-sponsored game during September? It'll be fine. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? September is over? It's still September. Is this? You smell the smell of something smelly. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. That dude is Chick-fil-A, the woman is Popeyes. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Chat, how many of you are going to have KFC right now? Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavour, savour the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. Do we really want to die with a drumstick in our hands? You've never had KFC? This pretty much sums it up. The flavours in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavours, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavour? Are they the same? Yes, they are. We are but flavours. We're simple things. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. This does feel like an ad. This is a fucking ad. Oh, and I love it. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha ha ha! How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavours that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. He has a chicken cane? Yeah. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? Aww. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. You tease. Blank? Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. Oh, amazing. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. I mean, come on, you could have given one of the known ones. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. You're a bit of a dick, aren't you? Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Am I the only one here who's had KFC and doesn't like it? I mean, KFC is alright. It's not the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life. Let's be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavours were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savoury and peppery, it was perfect. You always just ate the biscuits and smothered them in the brown gravy. See, this whole biscuits thing is alien to me because there's no biscuits in KFC over here. It was a staple in family gatherings as a kid, so it has a nostalgia factor with it, except for the coleslaw. The coleslaw is fucking delicious. Yeah, like KFC is like, you know what you're going to get, which I think is quite nice. Whereas like some of the other like more bespoke or artisanal fried chickens I've had, they have good batches and they have bad batches. I've never had a bad batch of KFC. It's always just KFC. Now, I've never tried any like other big chains fried chicken because we don't really have them. Like Popeyes or Publix, whatever that is. So some of those might be better, but I enjoy KFC. Not that we have one over here. I appreciate the compliment, POC. That wasn't thoughtful and modest. We just told you that we love you. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. Ah, hang on. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Miriam, look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? Has anyone ate Japan's former fried chicken, best fried chicken ever? I have not, no. You prefer Raising Cane's? They make damn good chicken. You don't see a deep fryer? Well, it's a pressure deep fryer we need. You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. It's the best we've ever had. Had like 3 portions in Japan and got all the time Japanese restaurants. It's so good. Nice. I'm not entirely sure what this is meant to be. Oh, it's just meant to be another oven. It's just further away. This oven is small. This oven is far away. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Fuck you, Miriam. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Aww. Sure, Pock. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, broop, bzz. Oh my, 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward.
I'm gonna sue the pants off you.
You don't have to sue me to get my pants off.
Hey, Nightbringer, thank you very much for the bits. At Rydog, the best things in life are free. I have no idea why I was tagged. But that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. It's too high a price, fuck it. Alone forever it is. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Well, she has kind of an illegal crush on Pop, so I'm tempted to put her with the robot. Alright, chat, you decide. Pop or Clank? Ah, while we're listening to this rather nice background music. Alright, that's 2 for the robot. Looks like we're going for Clank. Alright, we're going to go for Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Oh my. Whop, whop, whop. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue? I hardly know you. Oh, no, Miriam, no. No. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that that is a sign of affection. Looks like you 2 will be fine. Did we just set our best friend up with a robot? I'm okay with it. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you 2, for today's lesson we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. We're going for mashed potatoes and gravy, right? He's got a Rabona? Oh my. And it vibrates for her pleasure. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we can make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? Yes, I believe it's you. We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, we did not. Oh, no, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing POC's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Mashed potatoes are gross. Lies. You can go for some mashed potatoes and gravy? Yeah. With some sausages. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like POC was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Did you just ask for bangers and mash? Yeah, pretty much. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a fire in a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. If you come at the Colonel, you best not miss. Oh my. Do we turn to the hunk of hunks in our time of need? Are we coming down with a touch of the consumption? Alright, hunk of hunks. Work your magic. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I choose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements from contracts to handshakes. I took on POC as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Hunka. Based on your team's behaviour, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has POC's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. And slightly wet downstairs. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down on your station and realise that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavour. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy. Oh yeah. Smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. I feel like I should be doing this ASMR. Like really close and quiet. Get the juices flowing. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Oh, don't bring Granny into this. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. That's the real move of love right there. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Oh, this is fucking amazing. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something, do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, POC. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Oh, Pop, I hate you. I'm gonna shove you in the oven and cook you, you horrible bastard. Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. Oh, I like it. Why can't WoW Classic be more like this when it's doing its quests? You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. Silky saltwater sauce? That's just weeb talk for jizz. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him? Fuck. Alright. Well, that escalated quickly. Holy hell. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie! Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Oh, fuck. I'm not sure the professor here makes enough money. Oh, the professors here make enough money. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. Bloody nonsense, dying. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. You're back for 10 minutes? Enjoy? Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Pock? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Shouldn't you be in prison because you killed a dude? Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. Why is there a KFC game for any reason? We don't know, Vincent, but I'm enjoying it. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. What? Now there's a Spork Monster. Van. ... I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Alright, I want to know who it was who had the balls to go to KFC and pitch this as an idea and actually got funded. I really want to meet that guy. We're going to attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. Oh my. You take 1 damage. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. They need a knighthood for their bravery. KFC is weirdly popular in Japan and it has a sort of cult following. Is why there's a KFC game. I have no idea why the game is like this, other than because Japan. I think that explains it. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening." Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses... Oh, God. Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack, but I defended. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Attack? You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. I think he's gonna be back. The spork monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. This is killing my brain cells. I'm going back to work. Oh, that may be the correct response. Who are these people? Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No. Dreams are weird. Zzzt. What the fuck was that? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. Nice chicken poster. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Did you have sex with the robot? Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king of the school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooking language translation there. She's going to bone Clank before you get to bone the Colonel. Hey, I like my chicken boneless, right? Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Oh yeah, we did. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Don't do it. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. ... So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some, to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favour, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. So you're a drug mule now, nice. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavour was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it'd mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Tell an ingredient, make up a fake ingredient. I would have just not tell you would be my actual answer, but... You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt. I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school, and he's riding a horse. Of course, he's riding a horse. Stand back and admire his majestic glory or run to him. You don't trust our bestie, nor do I. I don't want to do either of these things right now. Can I just eat a bucket of chicken? Oh dear. What do you want to do, chat? Do we want to run to Colonel Sanders, or do we just want to stand back and admire his majestic glory? Can we change seats? Stand back? Alright. We're going to stand back. Oh, Giggles wants to run. Alright, we need a tie-breaking vote here. Next vote wins. Come on, somebody vote. Somebody vote. Come on, come on, come on. Is this how Trump got into be president because you didn't vote? Alright, we're running. We're running. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, POC, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before you can continue, you suddenly awake. Ah, jeez. Is that Ghost Margaret Thatcher? Yes. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Lean in for a kiss. Oh, natural seasoned musk. Delicious. Oh, I kind of want to compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. That's what I'm going to do. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. But he sees you coming. Not in class. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Stop acting immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behaviour. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing, hee hee hee. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzzt womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Bzzzt. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down! Aftoppen! That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. True facts. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, POC? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? None of the above? I'm tempted to go for the pepper. Dog biscuit? Alright, we'll do dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps. You reach out for it when... Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of a monster would steal a dog's favourite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. I think biscuit was wrong. The Spork Monster? Borko, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? Alright, we're going for pepper. A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message, ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Cough, cough. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Cough, cough. Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. You did speak too soon. It's fine. I'll work through... Cough. To fulfill... Cough. The prophecy... Cough, cough. You must... You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you, someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. You're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool, fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, POC. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Oh, shit. I hate it. What temperature does water boil at? That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices do you say it used? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust. Ah, shit. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness the energy, so where does it come from? A small town? That's right, this is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Don't make me get the spray bottle. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, POC. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Well, he's on an impressive steed. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional... I have no idea. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. Grr. You are stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. They're all just me and Colonel Sanders doing something. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of a dish. It's colourful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zipped. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilised in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Where? You might not have any hands, but POC does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realise how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's over-mixed. POC, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Ah, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of POC's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavour that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask POC to do the honour, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you! As he places a sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. We will internalize. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. Well, that went well. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. You gotta be off. Have a good rest of the stream. Hey, thank you, Beef. Have a good rest of your day, and hope I'll see you again soon. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Don't you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived, for a while anyhow. I didn't know. Hey Rogue, how you doing? Welcome. This is a KFC dating sim. Oh dear. It's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. A finger-licking good visual novel, I think. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labour or money would deter me from giving him the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster! Porco? It is I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but... I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologise. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Ah, thanks, Porco. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologise for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. Yeah, this is weird. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. Naturally. But I was still a student. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. POC, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Do not go back to his hideaway for the love of God. Too late. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. What a shock. As a shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Is this like a Facebook thing where you came up with everything and the Colonel just stole it and took credit? No, he developed the chicken. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realise that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Do I want to click on the urn? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared something style? Sashimi? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. An adorable little baby crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Tap on an eye to discover more about the Colonel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. This door just became an option. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they're not. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. That is not what's going on in that photo at all. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realise it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You gaze out of the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I've never even heard your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of Student is swept out with a breeze. Wow. You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? A summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. You need a lot more than one urn for that. Oh my. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. I mean, the truth is we're just wearing your jacket. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, POC? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Zzzt. There they go. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, it isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? This game is the worst and I can't turn away. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up perfectly. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. How is that breakfast food? Sweet baby Jesus. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Oh, God. Let's take him down a peg. It's good, but my mum made better. Colonel Sanders' expression grows serious. Did your little jab land too hard? Colonel, I know what you're going to say. I need to be better if I'm going to leave my mark on this world. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Don't call it that. Come on. He's only got what he was made with. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Boiling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. She went on the date with the pressure cooker. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Pock, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mix accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Pock, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail, winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavour of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? Oh my. It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Pock. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you can tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Pock. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of an extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I mean, what? Part of me wants to cast the spell just to see what the fuck happens. But I don't think it's the right idea. Fuck it, we're casting the spell. You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is to make you forget what it was you were doing. Alright, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. Okay, I don't think we're meant to cast the spell. Something about this moment feels very familiar. Alright, we won't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose crunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. I mean, do I really want to feed you old homework? Have some old homework. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My POC, were you studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, POC, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzz, bzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learnt to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Whirr. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Whirr. And then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder, steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzzzt. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead, the final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches, see you all in the arena. You would eat that shoe? But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants-off Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Pop's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. He wants to give you a different kind of cram session. Pock, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. We'll fess up about the practice dish. Oh, okay, you got me. Flowers. Goddamn cherry tree petals getting in my dishes. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all-butter crust. Were there other romanceable options in this game? No. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. Is that how crabs works? The moment of truth. Wow. Look at that pot pie. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Basta Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. I'm going to channel Phelan and say cook with violence. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a spellbook of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, we'll do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, POC. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Pock, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but who needs legs when you got chicken like these? Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. Uh-oh. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Ah, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself, give up and drop out of culinary school. Extra power! I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, POC, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear POC, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting... If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do? Oh, that's me. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in new CSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. I'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students! Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. That is tiny. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny nuratamaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Pock, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over-smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colour type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pour it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. You always have to go all in, tongue first, right? He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles can make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Pock? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realise that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. ... I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. D-Day Dog is in the house. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Oh, I wonder. Oh, it's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honour of educating the son of the Chancellor of such and such. Is that a Burger King reference? The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Oh, You almost done with this already? If yes, have you considered uploading your playthrough to YouTube? Yeah, I'll probably port this over. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Pock, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. They have to be finger-licking good. He wears a suit everywhere and wears a t-shirt to this. And once my 100 franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Pock. How sweet! We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to enjoy sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school? Oh, my dear Pock, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. We failed, but we're not playing it again. Oh, good God. Look at it go. Oh, all right. For a free game, that was pretty good.